And I even hear tell about some guys on the internet who are working on some kind of podcast contraption. It'll never work. There are thousands of Disney podcasts on the internet, and this is one of them. I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jordan.
And you're listening to...
Mutineers!
Lost the notes. Here we go. Tonight was the Space 2020 restaurant just a giant hoax? We visit Ghastly's collectible corner. When will the NBA experience open back up? And for our main... our main topic. God damn, I need to learn how to read. Our main topic.
You did pretty good without knowing.
You won't believe how wild this Disney Clickbait is. No, I just make things up, and it works.
Like, there was something on there that wasn't listed, but I'm gonna add. I have a rant.
Oh, that's right. Jordan does have a rant. And ladies and gentlemen, you know that when Jordan has a rant, you better buckle your ass up.
Is that just like the little red ant? Shortened.
Yes, Jordan has a little red ant.
I named him Fred.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you guys want to hear about my day?
No,
I do.
So it started out fairly normal.
All right.
I had to go put jet fuel in the little fuel trailer we have. So I went down to our other helicopter that's roughly 20 miles away, and saw Dad, and he helped me put jet fuel in the trailer because he's driving the other fuel truck for the other helicopter.
Sense.
And yeah. So it got back up here, and there is a lady pushing a stroller across the road from the airport.
All right.
With a toddler in tow. And as I'm turning into the airport, she books it across the street, and kind of was like standing there staring at me when I'm going through the gate. And so and she like looked like she wanted to ask me something. So I, with people usually the same thing. Can my kid come look at your helicopter? And so I rolled down the window and just said, "Hey, would he like to look at the helicopter?" And she's like, "Yes, please." And I'm all right. Well, I got to take this trailer in there, turn it around, and back it up, and then you can, then you guys can come over. So they come over after I park the trailer, and I go, "Hey, buddy, you want to see the helicopter?" He goes, "No," and just starts walking across the field.
What? and then
showing her kid the helicopter, I know start cluing in that she is fucking tweaking hard.
Oh.
Yeah, she was fucking hot. Like, started asking her questions if she's okay, and she's like, "Well, it's hard to explain," and then she'd like stare off, and I'm like, "Well, how do I get help over here without cluing her in that I'm trying to get help over here?" And then my pilot starts walking across. I'm like, "Oh shit, I can text him." And so I text him while he was walking across. I'm like, "Hey, dude, this chick is tweaking hard." And so he comes over. Like I'm trying to get the little kid's name. The kid doesn't know his name, which, for a 4 or 5 year old, that's kind of odd.
Yeah.
The kid in the stroller, she's like taking him out of the stroller, putting him back in, taking him out, putting him back in, taking him out, putting him back in. Like full on buckling him up and everything. Then she just took him out and put him back in or some shit. I don't know. Then anyways, so my pilot's just standing there, and now she's kind of standing off to the side, and her kid's, looking at rocks and stuff like that. And I'm kind of keeping an eye on her out of the corner of my eye, but watching her kid so he doesn't do anything stupid like throw a rock at my
Right.
helicopter. And then all of a sudden, have it for a second, beelines over over to my pilot, reaches out to shake his hand, and introduces herself to him.
What?
Oh, I got back up. Well, I was showing her kid the helicopter. She looks at me and goes, "Why am I over here?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, I asked if your kid wanted to see the helicopter." And she goes, "Oh, no, not that. Someone told me I should be here." That's the point where I realized she was fucking high.
Wait, when she says someone told her to be there.
Hold on, I'm getting to that.
Foreshadowing, nice.
So the rest of the fire crew shows up, and everybody's watching this chick because she's just fucking tripping balls, or whatever you do on heroin. I don't know. What do you do on heroin? Do you trip balls, or is that acid? I don't know. I don't know my drug nomenclature. Is there anyone watching us that can help us out?
There's someone watching us. Whether or not they can help us out is to be determined. I'm gonna stare at the chat while you tell your story, and I'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I figured out she's definitely on heroin. I don't think it was meth. She had way too many teeth for that. Anyway, so the firefighters get here, and they're my firefighters, my fire crew, and they're kind of talking to her, and she's basically having a conversation where she knows she's fucking high and she doesn't know what the fuck to do and she needs help. Right. And but part of the conversation she was had with them, she basically said that the voice in her head told her that the authorities were going to take her away unless she sat in the helicopter down the street.
What?
Literally said the voices in her head told her that the authorities are taking her away unless she sits in the helicopter. And so then she kind of walks down the way by the entrance to the little airstrip here, and she stands here for like I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes just staring into space while her toddler's running through the grass, looking at rocks and shit like that. And then you watch her. Then she starts picking up the baby, putting him back in the stroller, picking up the baby, putting him back. Then she doubles back on the walking path right by the airstrip, and stops just past the helicopter and starts fiddling with the toddler or with the baby again. And then she picks up the baby and starts walking across the grass towards the helicopter, and stops for about 5 minutes and walks back to the stroller. What's up?
According to Jillian, on heroin, you're just comfortably numb.
That would be the expression on her face. Very, very, very.
Thanks, Jillian. Numb. All right, back to your story.
And that also explains the Pink Floyd song about heroin called "Comfortably Numb."
What? No, just kidding. Keep going.
Anyways, then she walks back to the stroller, buckles the baby back in, and then, while this is going on, one of the guys is on phone with 911. Just saying, hey, we don't want people coming in with lights and sirens, but this girl needs help. We're afraid to spook her and she'd run off. But she was so fucking high, there's no way she could run. But then she finally picks the baby up, grabs a toddler, walks to the helicopter like she's never met any of us, about 20 minutes ago. And asks what flight route the helicopter takes.
Up.
yeah. And then shortly after that, a female officer, came up and started talking to her, and we can overhear a little bit of it. Basically, she knew she was high. She knows she needs help, and she kind of came over here towards us to get help, but she was so high she didn't even know how to ask. And then 2 more officers came up, and they actually convinced her to take the kids to a family member or a friend or something, and then they were going to take her to the hospital. So hopefully they did take her to the hospital. Did not, just put her in the fucking cell for being high. Take her someplace where she could get the help she needs.
Well,
But yeah, it was an interesting hour.
Well, here's the thing, Josh. And I hate to break it to you, but Jillian is the one that announced this. But they were all ghosts.
They're all ghosts?
You had a complete half-hour experience with just a family of ghosts.
If I was
that town hasn't existed in 200 years, Josh.
Zoinks.
Yeah, you don't know how to handle this now, do you, you skeptic? They were absolutely ghosts. Do you have any proof that they weren't ghosts?
Yeah, I picked the kid up and put him inside the helicopter so he could check it out. And he was pointing at things going, "What's this?" Well, that's what we talk to people on. "What's this?" Oh, that's the radio. We also talk to people on that. "What's this?"
Wait a minute.
That's how fast we're
That
going
sounds
right
a lot like Jack Skellington, who is a ghost!
He's a skeleton.
Whatever. He's dead.
Yeah, he's a skeleton.
It's partially his last name. It's not Jack Ghostington.
But how cool would it be if his last name was Jack Ghostington?
Yeah, that changed the story a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like imagining that you're picking up this kid and he's not asking what's in the helicopter, he's just singing, "What's this?"
"What's this? What's this?"
Also, that's exactly what a ghost would say.
But a ghost should know what that is.
Why would a 200-year-old ghost know what that is?
Because they've been around for 200 fucking years, Jake.
Oh. that is plenty of time to learn some new things.
Yeah. I mean, they've got at least Wikipedia.
Ghost?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they can just get right there into the internet, right? That's how ghosts work.
Yeah, because they're balls of energy, and the internet's a ball of energy. So, yeah.
Right here on
Mystery Solved.
Mickey Mutineers. Welcome to our little corner with a ball of energy.
We had somebody.
Show you my ball of energy.
Jordan, what do you know about balls of energy?
What?
Just one. I know that Josh only has one of them.
Well, I mean, I have two. I was just going to show one.
It's a half-ball job. That was dumb. Hey, guys, listener, you're in luck, because this is going to be an abbreviated episode, because somebody has to go back to work. It's me and Josh. So on that note, guys, let's talk some Disney. I like how in the middle of listening to that, Josh asked me if I pushed the button. I know, but I just want you to ask every time now, because it was kind of adorable.
I really wanted to be the little sport horn thingy.
just one day I'm just gonna make like an alternative button where I push it and like Radiohead plays. And I'm like, no, not that kind of alternative button. Then I make another one where I push it and a Vuvuzela plays, and that's way better. Anyway.
Oh, hey, did you know that the circus music song is composed to be a battle march?
What? Who's marching into battle with a Calliope?
Well, yeah. In fairness, like it was written as a march around that like late 19th century, so it actually fit in a lot better. And then it was just kind of co-opted by the circus.
Why do 2/3 of us know so much about the circus music?
I just want someone to march into battle.
You'd actually be surprised how many of those, how many early songs that you're familiar with from the early 20th century are actually like 40 years older and were marches.
Oh, I'm sure. Now I just want all classical music to be played on Calliopes. Could you imagine the 1812 overture? Calliope?
Ping, 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 ping.
To
Flight of the
fly to the
Valkyries.
bumblebee on a calliope.
That just sounds normal.
Yeah, you need Flight of the Valkyries on the Calliope.
I can't do a mouth calliope.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop.
First of all, do they sell calliopes at Guitar Center?
I don't.
Where
No,
the
it's
fuck
not
are you gonna put
Calliope
it?
Center.
It won't even fit in your. It won't even fit in your apartment. God, your neighbors would be so pissed. That'd be worse than bagpipes.
Okay.
They're just sitting there thinking, God, can't he just put on some headphones?
Joke's on them, they are on. I don't want to listen to the calliope.
Where would you put the freaking steam generator?
The neighbor's apartment.
All right. So yeah. So the space restaurant. This is a lot like it.
Oh yeah, we're talking Disney.
Yeah. Been delayed. How long was it even delayed?
It was.
I'll tell you how long it's been delayed. It was actually supposed to soft open during my last trip in February of last year.
Okay. And so it was delayed by like normal delay standards, and then it was delayed by COVID standards.
That sounds about right.
Sure.
Let's admit it. Sometimes things just don't open on time.
Right.
It happens.
It's been happening a lot lately.
So yeah. So it's supposed to open in roughly a month. It just said mid-September. And it has a chef and a menu, but I don't know what those are. Well, I know who the chef is. I just don't remember.
I really just wanted to be pouches of astronaut food. That's it.
And for dessert, astronaut ice cream.
Wash it down with a
the
heaping glass of
bread.
Tang.
Ooh, gross. So the article I read, we kind of know what the inside is. It's going to have fake windows that shows space, and it's 220 miles up, and blah blah
Right.
blah. So my question that I had was, what are the space elevators going to be like? Are they going to be like the hydrolators? And the answer is,
No!
mostly. Yeah.
So-
they got doors. It's like a mix between the hydrolators, except larger, and then it's got the Mission to Mars window in the middle on both floor and ceiling.
So I watched a little bit of a video clip. It was actually a TikTok of the Disney parks talking about this, and they were showing kind of like the design on the inside of the restaurant. And listen, I've got to say something. If I walk into a restaurant and I see carpet, that's just like a big like, this place is fucking gross. Like, I don't know what it is about carpet in a restaurant where I'm just like, this place is awful. However, the carpet in this restaurant is actually just very Epcot. Like, it's actually just strikes me as very Epcot-esque. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a pass. Because there's still carpet in Coral Reef. And I know that place hasn't been updated since 1983.
Yeah, Coral Reef. That's what I was thinking. I was going to call it SeaQuest 2020 for
Close
some
enough. Jillian said, yeah, Jordan, the freaking place already looked old.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's perfect for Epcot, though.
This old aesthetic.
reason. Nice.
Next up in news, guys, guess what? Besides Whipple, but guess what else? A 58 note Calliope only costs $19,990.
How big is it?
It's 58 notes, Josh.
That's a measurement of size?
Sure. It's one size bigger than the excursion boat special.
One size bigger than a 51 note Calliope.
Ooh, you can get it with a custom trailer.
See, you're gonna need that for
Yeah.
sure.
Anyway, so that's this week in Calliope news. But really, next up in news, the 16-note Calliope. No, sorry. Guys, I have some sports news. I'm here to talk about sports. I'm Jake the sports guy.
Hey,
Okay.
we finally got a sports guy. All right.
I am totally qualified to talk about athletics and sports. So let's talk about this.
It's water sports, isn't it?
No. Jillian just asked me what is a sports, and I'm here to tell you I don't know. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about a certain sporting arcade in Disney Springs called the NBA Experience, which closed down, at the beginning of the COVID season, back last March. And guys, we finally know when it's gonna open. Are you ready for this? It is opening. Never again.
See. Oh shit!
It is done. It is donezo, and we never have to deal with it again.
So, is the tap house that was attached to it closed as well? Because I could give two shits about the NBA Experience, but I kind of like beer.
First of all, I did not know there was a tap house connected to it.
Yeah. It's like one corner of it was like it wasn't inside; it was on the outside. So yeah.
So did they just sell like overpriced Bud Light for the sports experience?
Fucking $15 Bud Light, but it's only a half a pour.
But you get a sweet ass hot dog with it. That's cold in the middle.
Yeah. I could honestly give two shits about the NBA Experience. I'm kind of glad it's
okay. So here's what happened today. Jordan texted us this link saying that the NBA Experience is closing for good, and my initial reaction was, "Oh yeah, that's a thing."
Yeah. Like I said, I'm more. I'd like to have a good beer.
Like I was in Disney Springs and I didn't even think about the NBA Experience.
What's the NBA Experience?
Exactly. So I did have one like. This is what replaced Disney Quest, right?
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it replaced Disney Quest or the Planet Hollywood. Then I remembered Planet Hollywood was replaced by...
Planet Hollywood.
Oh yeah, it wasn't replaced. They just changed the outside of it.
Yeah, they just rethemed it or updated the theme.
Okay, so
something. I don't know.
So my theory now is that building is cursed. Like anything that goes in that big building or sits on the spot of that is doomed to failure. We got Disney Quest, we got NBA Experience. See what else happens there. Hopefully they don't build a hospital. That'd be tragic.
I wonder if it like did the waitresses bring shit out bouncing on little basketballs like pogo balls or some shit? Maybe that was the problem.
I don't think it was a restaurant, was it?
Oh, I thought
it was like a gaming experience. I watched a video on it once, and I was like, "Wow, I don't want to do any of this."
A gaming experience? What, you go in there to play fucking basketball while you're on vacation?
Yeah. So you know that.
That's fucking stupid. No wonder they shut it down.
You know that popular arcade game, Pop Shot? It has different names.
Nope.
Where you shoot basketballs into the hoop that moves back and forth and.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, without knowing too much about the NBA Experience, all they did was took that and made it into a 3-story building. That's all it was. It was 3 stories of Papa Shot. Go outside and Papa Squat.
Huh. Well, I hope it turns into something better.
It's only been open for 7 months. I think it was only open for 7 months.
Did you just do the math?
I looked it up because I was like, man, I know for a fact that didn't open before the shutdown.
Right.
It opened what? November, December?
Something like that.
What you're saying is it lasted longer than Superstar Hollywood Limo.
Wait, hold on. So, what? Hold on to that question, Josh. But This 7 months that was open, that's not including like since it's been closed for COVID, right?
Hold
Like,
on a
has that
second.
building been sitting there closed for longer than it was actually open?
Okay, wait, no. Let me take that back. It was opened for less than 7 months before the shutdown. So August 12th of 2019 is when it opened. And then it shut down and then just never reopened.
So yeah, it's been closed for longer than it was open.
Huh. There was a water park that kind of shut down temporarily once and never opened.
What was it?
The one over by Fort Wilderness.
River Country? Are you
Yeah,
even on a Disney podcast?
Well, yeah, I was trying to call freaking the restaurant Disney Seas Sequest.
No, he's got a point, guys.
Yeah,
And our fact checker has confirmed that, yes, NBA Experience was closed longer than it was open. So, yay!
Hey, remember our archivist?
Yes?
I like how just one day she noped out of listening to us or contacting us altogether. She's like, nah, these guys are fucking ridiculous.
I mean, I feel like that happens more often than not. Oh, okay, Jillian said the Reflections Hotel was only dirt before it closed. And I don't know what the Reflections Hotel is.
What the fuck is the Reflections
Jillian, what's the
Hotel?
Reflections Hotel? And while she's looking that up, Jordan, we're thrown to you.
Which one? The rant or the
I kind of want
collectible
to start with the
corner?
rant.
All right. Well, I got that one because I got to take care of the helicopter and get put to
Wait,
bed.
what are you?
Give it a kiss on the nose.
Wait, did you say give you a kiss on the nose?
Yeah, the helicopter.
Oh, okay. So you're leaving?
Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Hopefully next week I'll be able to be on the whole time, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Kind of hard when shit's on
Yeah,
fire.
it happens.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Right.
Okay, real quick.
I'm gonna do the collectible corner.
Real quick. I have the answer to Reflections Hotel. It was the proposed hotel on River Country land that broke ground and then stopped. So there we go.
Oh.
All right, let's go to Collectible Corner. Ghastly's Collectible Corner.
Right.
That was pretty good.
Woo! Yeah. Do you have the graphic pulled up for the website?
Yeah, I just have to modify it manually. Oh, that's the wrong one. That was the Calliope. I just pulled up the Calliope website. Anyway, back to this. Now I'm ready.
Because I can't see what you're showing the people. All right. About a week and a half ago, Hasbro had another one of their live streams, and it also coincided with the first episode of What If? Or it was actually before the first episode of What If, so just like a 3 or 4 days prior to that. And they basically released the upcoming release of the Marvel Legends figures for the What If line. There's a Captain Carter figure. There's a zombie Captain America figure. There's a Doctor Strange figure. There's a T'Challa as Star-Lord figure. There's the Sylvie figure from Loki, but that's not part of What If. They're just kind of throwing it into this line. There's also a Nebula figure. And I know I'm forgetting one or two of the main line. There's a Doctor Strange figure. There's a Peter Parker with Doctor Strange's cloak. There is something else.
Does Nebula have hair?
I can't remember. Yeah, Nebula has
the Watcher.
hair.
You're forgetting the Watcher.
For some reason. Well, the Watcher is the Build-A-Figure. So I said it each comes with a limb to build a bigger figure, and the Build-A-Figure in this line is the Watcher.
Oh.
There's also a super deluxe figure in this line that's going to be the $50 price point. These are all the $22 price point. But then there's a $52 price point of the Hydra Stomper armor. And if you've watched the first episode of What If, then you'll know who's piloting that.
Right.
I know I'm forgetting another.
I mean, I'm looking at the pictures. And I think you got them all.
You
got T'Challa, Nebula, Captain Carter, Parker,
Yep. Yep.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I said Doctor
Yep.
Strange.
Yeah,
And there's Sylvie. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did get them all. All right,
you
cool.
did it.
Woo. And just an update on the HasLabs. I think I talked about the Galactus HasLab.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it is still not completely funded or backed. It needs 14,000 backers, and they're currently sitting at 11,860. And remember, this is a $400 toy that stands 32 inches tall.
Oh, hold on. How many backers do they have?
Still not back. 11,860. And they need 14. It has 14 days, 2 hours, and 29 minutes
That
left.
is $4.7 million so far.
Yeah.
Wow, if they miss out on that, that's gonna suck.
Something tells me that because I feel like they're already, like, the production on this probably already happened, and they're just kind of trying to make sure that they have at least X amount of money in the docket before they start shipping them. So something tells me that it's going to get very close to getting funded, and then they'll say, you know what, we're going to extend it out a week just to see if anybody else wants it. So, and then they'll have a surge within, like, the week extension.
And then it'll happen, which would be awesome. And if I had that kind of money, I would absolutely buy one. You know I would.
Yeah, I would too, because that sucker's going to be huge. 32 inches? That's ridiculous.
32 inches is very girthy for a figure.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's the collectible corner.
Ghastly's collectible corner! Do we do it twice?
Sure.
Yes. All right. Before your rant, I do just want to point out real quick that the 43 note national style Calliope is $10,000. Only. So I feel like, I mean, that's cheaper than the Galactus figure collectively.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Is it? Well.
Anyway, let's hear your rant. What has Jordan so upset?
All right. So I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a rant here, Jake, and I don't normally do this, and I'm not gonna call the person out by name. However, if you've been on Twitter today, it has come to the attention of many people on Disney Twitter that a big name vlogger went on a Disney, or is currently on a Disney cruise, or just recently went on a Disney cruise, and is not vaccinated, and is also just walking around the cruise maskless, as the video in his vlogs is portraying him. This is also a person who has been consistently walking around Disney parks maskless and also unvaccinated. And I just want to say that, like, listen, I understand that some people can't get the vaccine for medical reasons. Some people's body just rejects the vaccine. Some people are allergic to ingredients in the vaccine. I get that, and I totally understand that. However, if you are a person of prominence within the Disney community and you are going to not be vaccinated and you continue to go out in public, especially at crowded Disney parks, I would just like to state how ungodly, fucking irresponsible that is. Middle of a global pandemic. And I think that this person should be ashamed of themselves. I know that they're not, more than likely. Probably they don't give a shit. But it chaps my ass, Jake, that somebody who's being irresponsible, not getting vaccinated, and going to these parks, and proceeds to walk around maskless so they could film all their Disney stuff so they can make money on YouTube. Meanwhile, my fully vaccinated ass has had like pretty much pivot their entire YouTube content because they're still not I still don't like going to overcrowded places while I'm fully vaxxed. So fuck that guy.
Exactly. And
fuck
real
that.
quick, from the sidebar over here, it does actually get a little bit worse because Jillian said that he actually lied, saying that all guests needed to get tested for the cruise, which is untrue.
Mm-hmm.
So, not only is he...
I saw that.
Not only is this person knowingly doing this and knowingly being selfish, he's lying about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, this I've never gone out of my way to watch this person's content, but I have seen this person show up into other content creators I have watched. And fuck that dude, he's a piece. Like, just he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Just fuck it.
Yeah, at this point, when that shit happens, I was like, look, I can't top anything you just said. You nailed it perfectly, but man, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So,
and I just kind of, in closing, I want to say it's people like that are going to ruin the parks for people like us. It's people like that are going to cause the mask mandates to come back. It's people like that are going to cause all the fucking mask rules to come back. And then there's going to be even more belly aching from all the people who already hated wearing masks at a hot ass, South Florida park. So it's all those people like this vlogger who aren't getting vaccinated and are willingly going out in public, putting people, especially children, at risk for this virus. They're going to be the ones that ruin it for everyone else. So, in closing, if somebody hasn't been vaccinated, it's going to be the reason why we can't have nice.
Exactly. Those people who complain and bitch about mask mandates are also the same people causing mask mandates.
Exactly.
So, screw those people. I don't like them. So,
that's my rant.
All right, well, let's move right on to our main topic. Again.
One more. That dude can go fuck himself. Continue.
Again, I apologize because I do have to go back to work in a little bit because it's summer and yeah, that's a whole nother rant I could do. Anyway, this week on our main topic, Jordan, are you ready for this? I don't think you are.
I am ready for this. We
should have used that on the NBA experience part. Anyway, Disney Clickbait, Jordan, and you won't believe what I have in store for us tonight. This article comes to us from Theme Park Tourist. And the title of this clickbaity article is The 7 Worst Disney Attractions of the Century So Far.
Okay.
So, since 2000.
So, I was about to say for the years?
Yeah, but, it's clickbait, so they have to make it sound, they have to inflate the, the way your action figure just came into frame really made it look like someone was coming in from the side in the room you were standing in. I was like, Macho Man Randy Savage, what are you doing there hanging out with Jordan? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't but bust into a Macho Man promo.
I had a hard time getting through that sentence because I had to cough really bad. Then there was the awkward pause where I muted my microphone. Anyway, Jordan, are you ready to hear the 7 worst Disney attractions of the century so far?
I am.
And credit to Theme Park Tourist, this time they actually started with number 7. Where usually they start with number 1 and go back. And I have to do all the work manually. So number 7! Whew. Already just starting on this note. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run.
Get the fuck out of here. This list can... Theme Park Tourists can shove this list up their asshole right this second.
Like, okay, if you're including an attraction that I had a religious experience on, no. No. Absolutely not. This is unfair. Yes, Jillian, the worst. Yeah, so somehow... And they go on to explain it, and I don't even want to read their explanation. I don't want to give them that. No, that's Ridiculous. Number 6. The Incredicoaster. Which...
I've never been on the...
I've been on California Screamin', and it is mwah, chef's kiss.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's just a roller coaster. And then they added the Incredibles to it and changed the music, and voila! Incredicoaster.
Do they give a reason? Or do they just, like, put it on there and then let people...
They give a reason.
All right, what's the reason?
They say... it would be one thing if the Incredicoaster were a multimedia masterpiece filling the coaster's old scream tubes with wraparound LED screens, projection effects, lasers, or other sensational special effects. Instead, the mini scenes are populated by static mannequins of the Incredibles team with absolutely no movement, not even inner projected faces. While some of the scenes pass quickly enough to disguise the lack of kinetics, it's wildly apparent for most that Disney just didn't invest much in this project. So, on that note, let me just say that it's a fast roller coaster, and they kind of hit it on the head of why they probably didn't do that. Is you're just zooming past these scenes. I mean, they have sound and everything. But Jillian said that ride wasn't made recently. It's of the last century, or of the 21st century? So, since 2000, and technically California Adventure opened in 2001. So it passes the mark. It's like, so Jordan, let me throw this example at you. Rock and Roller Coaster.
Huh?
You're zooming by static plywood cutouts.
Yeah. Yeah, you're also in the dark. I don't know if Incredicoaster's in the dark, but that's an outside.
It is. And it's in the dark at nighttime.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, again, I haven't really rode it, so California Screamin' was really fun. As the roller coaster itself, I do enjoy it. Number 5, and I'm going to disagree with this one, but a lot of people probably will agree with this one, because number 5 is Mission Space, which opened in 2003.
I can't. No argument from me.
Mission Space is one of my favorite rides. And I know I'm in the minority.
Really?
I love it so much. It's so cool. But then Smuggler's Run came out, and I was like, oh, what? Mission Space? Nothing. See?
I mean, I didn't hate it, but, like, it was never a must. It wasn't a must.
I love it. And Jillian's over here saying Mission Space is the worst ride ever. And that's what I'm saying. I'm the weirdo, guys. Like, I want to defend this ride, but I can't. And I know it's useless.
I do, however, want to try the new, like, less intense version, because they got a whole new ride.
Yeah,
video.
It's like a slow orbit.
So I kind of want to go and check that out. I haven't done that yet.
I've watched a video of it. It looks relaxing. I was going to do that with my kids when we went in March, but then my kids were like, no, let's friggin' rocket to the Mars. And I was like, all right. And so we did the intense one. Hold on, Jillian said...
And then they barfed everywhere.
No, we survived. Jillian said, and I quote, and this is after she said it's the worst ride ever, she says, I fucking love space, too. Boy, do I have a restaurant for you, Jillian.
But does she love Space 220?
I don't know, we're about to find out. Number 4 on this list, Journey into Imagination with Figment. Again, another one of my all-time favorites that I kind of feel bad defending. Like, I enjoy Journey into Imagination. It's... And this...
I don't... I mean, I'm sure the only reason that made the list was because it was changed from the previous version. But I've also never experienced the previous version, so I don't feel like I can disagree or agree.
And that's exactly how I am. I have no love for the original because I never wrote the original. This is my original. So Jillian says Journey into Your Imagination was far worse. And that was the one between the two where they just took Figment out completely and it was just Nigel Channing. So I feel like we got an upgrade then. So there we go. At least from that version. Number 3. So now we're getting into like universal hatred, and now I'm fine from the list from here on out because number 3 is Stitch's Great Escape.
I did it once. It was fun. Yeah, all right. I can get on board with this. Yeah, that wasn't that great.
What angers me most about this one was it was almost great. And when things are almost great, I despise them. Because think of the Stitch animatronic, Jordan. How awesome was that animatronic?
That was a pretty good.
And the guns from the ceiling? Like, there was high-tech stuff in this thing. Progress, Jordan. And then the whole storyline was just absolute shit. Just dog puke garbage. And prior to this, we had Alien Encounter, and that was a masterpiece. Did you ever write Alien Encounter?
No, I wanted to, but no, I take that back. I wanted to when I found out that it had existed, but by the time I found out it existed, it had already been Stitch's Great Escape.
Yeah, Alien Encounter was that was one of the greatest things ever. They should bring that back in Hollywood studios somehow. Just throw it in Galaxy's Edge and give it a Star Wars theme. I don't know.
Well, they got the Xenomorph now.
Yeah, they have 2 extras just laying around. Oh, they own it. They own the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
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 Huh. Interesting. Number 2. And this I was expecting to be number 1. Jordan, have you ever watched a video of Superstar Limo?
No.
Oh man, have I got a treat for you.
No, but Kevin and Matt over at the 3028 did an entire episode about it, and it was actually a really good episode.
Was that recent?
I think it was within the last year, maybe the last year and a half.
Because there's words. Look, when your celebrity list is like Drew Carey, Cindy Crawford, Antonio Banderas, like Regis Philbin, like these are the stars that you see on Superstar Limo.
These were all people who had ABC shows.
Tim Allen. Oh shit, you're right. They didn't branch out at all. All right. We need to start wrapping this up because I got to go. Number 1 was a big letdown because I know nothing about it. It is the Studio Tram Tour Behind the Magic at Walt Disney Studios Paris Park.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
So far, it had a clone of Catastrophe Canyon from our Hollywood studios. And then apparently there was a London streetscape with a single flamethrower effect, which was meant to evoke the box office flop Reign of Fire. One flamethrower. Just in London. Yeah, it sounds pretty terrible. The good news is they've repurposed it into the Cars. It's now like a Cars ride with Catastrophe Canyon, but they the fuel truck in Catastrophe Canyon? They painted it blue and now it's a Dynaco truck and shit's exploding. So I don't know what that's supposed to convey. Oh, Cars Route 66 Road Rally. That's what it's called now. And it's weird that I know more about that than the studio tour. Anyway, and my knowledge of it was that there's a blue Dynaco truck. So there you go. That was the list of the 7 worst attractions built this century so far. And
I disagree with a couple of these.
Yeah, when your list starts out with Smuggler's Run, again, I'm no. And Jordan, you know what else? That is our show! Hey, we are the Mickey Mutineers. You've been listening to us. I'm Jake. That's Jordan. That was Josh. If you enjoyed us, I'm repeating myself. We are the Mickey Mutineers. If you didn't enjoy us, we're Radio Harambe. I'm Mike. That's Dave. Who's marching into battle with a calliope?